Hello, welcome to my channel. Today I'm going to show you how to make roti with the tin fish roti wraps. Because the reason being, yesterday was Christmas, today is Boxing Day, and yesterday we had a whole lot of lamb and chicken, which was too filling, so we're going for something light today. The ingredients are, we need all-purpose flour, and I got oil. We need 2 curry spoon of the oil and 3 tablespoon of rama and a teaspoon of fine salt. And we also need boiling water, of which we will boil and measure. Firstly, I'm going to sieve my flour, which I'm going to use 4 cups, because the reason being 4 cups will give me a dozen. That's 2.
Obviously, it depends on the size of the roti. If you make smaller roti, 4 cups will give you more than a dozen, and if you make larger roti, then 4 cups will give you less than a dozen.
Okay, I sieved up 4 cups. And I will put in my salt. That's 1 teaspoon, fine salt. And thereafter, using my hands, mixing the salt together with the flour. And then I will measure my cooking oil. It's 2 curry spoon of cooking oil. And 3 tablespoons of rama to flavor the dough. And actually, I'm not going to smear any oil onto the roti. We are going to make it sort of a dry roti for a rich curry. And mix them together till they come into a breadcrumb. Okay, this is done. I will boil up 2 cups of water, but we'll have to use it accordingly. That my water is boiled, I'm going to measure with a cup. Then you all will know exactly how it's done.
Normally, you don't measure.
Normally, yeah. This is 1 cup. Now you can see the entire flour is covered with the water. Then I'm going to mix it. That was 2 cups. As you're mixing, you come to know how wet it is. So if you want to add a little more water, but don't make your dough too soft, then it will be hard for you to handle. I think this is done. So it's 2 cup water for 4 cups of flour. You can feel the dough is quite soft. And this is quite a rich dough because I'm not going to smear oil or butter onto it. So I'm not handling my dough very much. And I always like using a plastic dish because it's more comfortable. There's my dough done. Now that my dough is done, I'm going to take a small piece of cling wrap and cover it, and then I will start rolling on the roti. Just roll it in like this so we can rest a little with these own heats. This is the dough. Normally we can actually make the roti upon the surface of your counter, but I'm quite used to the, I don't know the English word, the choki and the belna, and I have a wet cloth for my choki not to slip around, and I'll be rolling. I got a cup of flour kept aside for using to roll the rest of the roti. And we will start. I have my tawa on. In fact, your tawa must already be on before making your roti. I got it on moderate heat, not too high, not too low. And make a few balls of the dough and round it. Will give us a good size of roti, not too small, not too big, a normal size. Dip it into your flour and use your fingers, flattening out the ball. And then we roll. In fact, you don't press very hard. You just let the roller do the job. You just roll lightly and the roller will do the job.
And what's the secret to round rotis, not square rotis?
What's the secret? Rotis are always made round.
Not everyone can make round rotis, ma.
Yeah, my mommy used to make square. They used to call it the paratha roti. I think one day we had to do that. But the round rotis are more famous throughout. See, this is the size of roti. So now I'm going to put it onto my heated tawa. There's my roti. I'm going to put it onto my heated tawa. The tawa is quite old. You can see as it's bubbling up. You turn it once and then you have a spare cloth to dust off the excess flour. And for beginners, don't use your fingers. You can use a spatula to turn. You can check how your roti cooks by keep flipping it over, but turning it just 3 times. So now you can see my roti is cooked. I have a bowl with wax wrap to put in my roti, cooked rotis. This is the roti, perfectly cooked. This is my second roti. In fact, from my dough, I'll get a dozen. Okay, this is one method I like to do for my roti to rise even more, is to put another roti upon, and just be careful because the steam burns. You see, this is how roti get cooked.